Welcome live from San Ramon at the WOW Summit for Social Survey. I kind of said it.
Got it, right.
We've been doing these interviews all week long at one of the best events we've ever been to with some of the best professionals, learning about tools and ways to do a better job for our clients, for you. And you're here at the National Real Estate Cafe with some of these great people. And today we have a great interview with somebody who has no passion at all.
He has no passion. He has no energy. He's totally boring. We're catching him at the end of the show, but he is gracing us with his presence. Alex from Sales Boomerang. What's happening?
Guys.
I'm trying to bring the energy back up, right? We're like,
okay, fine.
I
literally
pursued him. We're almost done with our interviews. I'm like, I'm going to find Alex. And he knows. He goes, are we done? I'm like, I'm going to find Alex. He was awesome. I love his energy. And that's going to help us with our energy at our last show because we're like, whew.
No, I'm going to pick this up. So listen, for everyone that wasn't seeing what I did live, I was drinking on stage because if I don't have a drink, I'll be running around the stage. You won't even know what's going on. It'll be like a blur.
Okay.
Like Alex was there in
prop.
the beginning. Yes, it's my prop. Yeah. Well, it's the ability to calm me down so I can do a good job and make sure all of my words come out clearly and not like a. Bzz.
So it's woosah.
Woosah. Oh, that's it. Oh, yes.
Well, what was really cool is you're representing a product in a way, but your speech had nothing to do with the product. It was the result of it, about being passionate and helping your customers. And I love your saying at Boomerang, Sales Boomerang, which you can give it a little, you have to give a little rendition of what it does.
Shameless plug. You got
but I love the no borrower left behind.
Yes.
What a great saying.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
That's our goal. We always want to help our clients over and over. If you do a really good job, you're like, hey, I want to be your resource forever.
Yeah, and here's the thing, like where No Borrower Left Behind came from is before we even opened up the company or started even development on the company, we talked to a few lenders and we said, what do you do with your turndowns? Because I knew they would be willing to share their trash with us if they're not doing anything with it.
Right.
And they were like, oh, nothing, whatever, it happens. And so I have this case study. Anytime we do a presentation, it's the first case study we ever did. This lender had turned down 1,553 borrowers for credit reasons. And he's like, yeah, if we ever get one of those back, fine. But it's nothing. We ran a report, 113 of them already took a loan in the last 12 months. 444 had fixed their credit and still haven't taken a loan. So I'm like, oh my goodness, that's 33% of his database that he thinks is dead.
It's junk.
Yes. And so he left them behind.
One man's trash is another man's treasure.
And it should be his treasure. Right? It should. So what we believe is that a lender and a borrower should be united in the purpose of why they're going through this process. And if they don't qualify, instead of pushing them away, you should embrace them. That's the moment to embrace them. That's a hard thing to be told you can't get what you want.
Oh, there you
know
go.
what I mean? It's hard.
It's really hard.
Yes, and
But it's not,
it's embarrassing.
And I think a great lender does a good job of embracing those people, does a good job of coaching them and says, hey, here's what you need to do so that you
put a plan together.
Yes.
It's not no, it's not yet.
That's beautiful, by the way. And there's another, and he was here today, actually, Dave Gallegos. I don't know if you know him or not. When I met him for the first time, and he was a client of Sales Boomerang, he said, hey, I have a whole section of not yets. And I love that mentality. If you have a not yet mentality, you're going to do very well.
We do a lot of loans that way because we tell everybody 6 months and 1 year goes by quick.
Oh, yeah.
And you will not see a happier client than the one you helped to get into them that didn't think they were going to work.
Okay. 9 years you nurtured a client.
I did.
9 years.
Get out of here.
Yeah, 9 years.
Good for you.
Yep. I pursued. I'm like, you have to buy a home. You have to buy. And then finally, and we're refinancing them now because the rates have gone down. Yeah. He's like, I go, so how's the home? How's it going? He goes, I'm so glad you pushed me to do this.
Oh,
you bugged me for 9 years to buy a home, and he goes, this is so much better. I own my own home because now he gets to paint it the way he does. He gets to fix the garage the way he does, and blah blah blah.
People don't put enough value in that, right?
Yeah.
In making something your own and being able to just wake up in the morning and say, I want this wall to be red. Paint it red. You know, my daughter woke up a couple days ago. She's like, I want to paint all my walls gray. Okay, do it.
Go for it. Yeah.
Whatever makes you happy.
I mean, home ownership there's a lot of things with that, right? It's the largest asset you're going to have. It's that freedom, it's that comfort, it's that trust, it's that security. Yeah. So I mean, it's amazing that you took somebody 9 years and kept peppering him with proper.
Well, you're going to help us with. I mean, your product is amazing. We've been pursuing it for quite a while ourselves. which is sales Boomerang, by the way. Give us a little rendition of what it does for those who don't understand it. So they're going, well, Boomerang, it's a perfect name, by the way.
Thank you very much. That happened in Barnes & Noble in end of 2015, early 2016. Me and my business partner sat there and thought about, what would we call it if this thing ever came to life? And it was like, we're boomeranging back an opportunity. And it's Sales Boomerang, just Boomerang. So what is Sales Boomerang? Sales Boomerang is an automated borrower intelligence system, right? We basically tell you, lenders, when someone in your database is ready for a loan right now. So leads, prospects, pre-quals, past customers, all of them. Not past, sorry, current customers. We shouldn't call them past customers. They're current customers.
I love that.
Yes, they are. So current customers, anytime any one of them is ready for a loan that's beneficial for them, we use a hyper-focused, ultra-relevant approach because this industry has been so good at messaging the public, and they pick a population, they say, everyone in this population will get this message. And that's not what we're all different.
We're advisors.
Yes, and our situations are all different. So what our system does is it pinpoints to a T. It says, Alex had a 632 FICO score when he did the loan with you 2.5 years ago. Today is over 750. What a wonderful way to
Can we do anything better?
Exactly right. And then you call and you advise, right? Because this industry has called itself advisors and consultants, and you guys may do that, but many other people just call to sell something. Right?
Yeah,
They'll
It's transactional.
It's transactional. And it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. We got to get away from transactional, but not by saying I don't want to be transactional, doing something about it and being non-transactional. Like I said on stage, when people talk about their culture, they don't have culture. You can't talk about culture and then you just got to have a culture, and people go, "Man, I love them. They're all so sweet." Good, that's your culture. Like, you didn't have to tell anyone that, they felt it.
I felt it here at this event
I know.
before they ever said anything
Isn't that
about
something?
it. Just like day one, you're like, I get it. You guys have it.
Yes.
It's in you.
You feel like you're at home.
Yeah.
I was telling Scott from Social Survey that I'm like, one of the reasons I love this event is I come here and I feel like I'm home. I feel like everyone's friendly.
Super friendly.
Super
Holy
friendly.
cow.
And their whole team is here, right? It's not like they have 2 or 3 people from the company. You're talking about 30, 40 people.
Yeah.
who've committed-
High-fiving you on the way to lunch.
Isn't that great? Yeah, it's amazing. So that, and they don't have to
one
tell
of
you their
them say,
culture.
hey, can I help you with something? Do you need any help? And,
Yes.
and we're like, no, we're good. And then, but I
Well,
don't
we're
think
now part of the tribe.
Yes.
we are.
Yeah, that's it.
But it's not because that's what they were taught to do. It's because they are who they are.
Yes.
And that's why they're part of the tribe.
And that's why they joined, right?
Yeah,
that's why
that's
they're
what
part of
joined.
it,
Yeah.
They are attracted to themselves, right? To just seeing themselves and the other people that are in the organization. So with Sales Boomerang, that's our whole goal. The no borrower left behind is our trademark, but it's a trademark we give to the industry. Because we personally can't physically make a borrower do a loan with you. So we arm you with tools, we weaponize you with tools to help your borrowers at the right time and position yourself as an advisor. So what's an advisor? Let's really think about this. In 2016, when I really started getting into this industry, I heard everyone saying we're consultants, we're advisors, we're consultants, we're advisors. And I'm like, well, how do you advise and consult? Oh, when somebody wants a loan, I tell them what they should get. Okay, well, that's a transaction.
That's a transaction.
Hi, I'd like number 2 with a large fry. Like,
How about I looked at your
advising.
tax return and I say, hey, you know what? I look at a lot of tax returns, and I think you've left some opportunity on the table. Let me
Right.
introduce you to somebody that I think could do a better job on your taxes.
Right, that's it. Or somebody comes to do a refi and you're like, cool, not now.
Nope.
We do it all the time.
Wait a minute. I know, believe me, this is not the time to do
Thanks to
that.
his stuff.
Yeah,
Right there,
Dave
Mr.
Savage.
Dave Savage.
Yeah.
We use him and say, it's not time to do refi yet, or here's why you should do refi.
Yes.
Right, Dave?
Yeah.
Mortgage coach.
And Dave and Mortgage Coach is doing and Sales Boomerang are doing a fantastic integration together for those reasons, tying it all together. Right? We know that when Mortgage Coach and Sales Boomerang work together, it's not 1 + 1 = 2, it's 1 + 1 = 3.
Yeah.
Right? It's the sum of our parts are greater than them alone, right? So equals 4. Oh, so Dave is saying we should equal 4.
You ran short.
Thanks for cruising by, Dave.
So the idea when I heard, they're just picking off a list and saying, hey, buy this, buy that, I said, okay, an advisor and consultant, here's what they do. They'll pick up the phone and they'll say, look, Gino, I've been looking at your file and I want to give you some advice and some options, but you're going to choose them with me giving you some advice, but it's your choice. So what Sales Boomerang does is it sends you an equity notification and says, hey, your borrower who is an FHA borrower now has 80% LTV. Remove that MI. So you're calling saying, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Borrower, look, not only do I advise you to do this, but it's in your best interest to do this. Here's why. Now that's an easy one. Let's do another one. Somebody's got 55% equity in their home, and instead of calling to refi them, you call your realtor and you say, hey, I want to show them what a move-up purchase looks like. Let's show them 5 homes in this area and show them what a move-up purchase looks
The
like.
real estate agent is going to say no.
No, please, no referrals. No, I don't
referrals,
need that.
no.
So,
And you know, if you are a good advisor and you do have that connection with your people that you should have, you should also ask them, like I talk about all the time. I'm like, listen, do you have kids? Are you going to send them to college?
Yes.
Have you sat with your financial advisor and planned how much that payment's going to be? Let's talk about that today when money is cheap.
Yes.
Let's not talk about that 6 years from now, 8 years from now when money's expensive.
and you have no choice. You're like,
Right.
now they're going to college. Now I have to make a decision now.
Right, and find the
knee-jerk
money
reaction.
then?
Yes. That's the kind of advising. That's exactly right. And so that was from the start. No borrower left behind was like, look, consumers are stupid. I'm a consumer. I had no clue I could use equity to like pay off things. I had no clue. I've owned several homes. Nobody's ever explained to me that. I thought you build equity, you sell it, and when you sell it, then you take the money and you put it towards the next house.
That's one way.
Yeah, that's
One way.
That's the only way I knew.
But you know you can leverage it in other ways.
Now I do.
Right.
Now I do, only because I'm in this industry.
Dude, I leverage properties all the time. All I do is take equity and roll it into something else, roll it into something else, roll it into something else, and buy more.
I've learned every smart person does that. But I had no clue.
Well, you're not. You're a smart person.
Now I feel smart.
smarter now.
Yes. So it took me starting a company in this industry to learn what this is. But I think consumers, when you approach them and you give them something, right? Relationships are built when, like, if I teach you something today, you're going to have a bigger respect for me, right? If I didn't teach you anything and you're like, this guy's cool, fine,
Yeah,
whatever.
it's true that. Just watching you on stage, I have more respect for you for sure.
Because you learn
Sorry.
something. There's
I learned
something you grab,
and-
like instead of
and I
firing
got to
free.
know you, and I
Yes.
learned something.
But maybe it
yeah.
was even, and it doesn't always have to be something you said. It was just the way you were.
Yes.
Maybe.
That's the
Because you
culture. That's the
That was
natural,
the
yes.
cultural thing. So it's
Well, your
not
passion
always.
came right through.
Yes,
Well, that's
thank
important.
you. It is.
And that's what I think we're. Listen, if we weren't passionate about what we do, we wouldn't do this.
That's right.
Right. Absolutely love what I do. I spend
Yeah.
14 hours a day doing what I love.
Yes. You're
Well,
dwelling, man. You're
how come
dwelling.
You get off early.
I am still working while I'm driving.
Yeah, exactly.
I do. I call
No
it
videos
windshield
while
time.
driving.
Windshield.
Remember?
No
They said
videos.
that today. No videos while driving.
Oh, okay. All right. That's a good point. Check that off. No more videos.
That was from Bomb Bomb.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Oh, you know, I can't believe I missed that. I feel so bad. I got dragged into an interview, and I came
We'll
back.
send
and he
you
was
the
done.
interview with him. He's got all kinds of pearls of wisdom.
Yeah, he
He
started
nailed
to-
it.
Man, I wish I would have saw it.
But listen, you can't see it all.
Yes, that's right.
You
That's
can't.
right.
You
Yeah.
can't take it all in and do what you do. You have to take breaks. I
Yeah.
watched half of it. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
But I had to take a mental break because I had just taken in so much information.
Yes.
Oh, and I have
Yeah.
the book for you if you want.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, I saw. Is that the orange book?
Yeah,
that we're
yeah,
walking
it
around
is,
with?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's one of those things. At some point, it's like a fire hydrant, and you can only take so much information. And at
Yeah,
some
and
point
that's
your
a very
brain's
good
like,
point.
I got too much, and I have to concentrate on a few things that I did learn and want to keep.
I recommend drinking a beer.
Okay.
We'll do that
I'm
right
good
after
at
this.
that.
That you
usually pretty
that you
good
can
at
do
that.
that, or a whiskey or a bourbon, whatever it is.
I'm good at those too.
Yeah. See. Oh, see, you're good. That completely relaxes you, and then you're open to taking more information.
I like your style.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go. We'd
That's
be
what-
really good friends.
That's why we had to pursue you.
Yeah.
You fit right into our
Man,
tribe.
I honestly can't wait to roll this out with you guys.
We can't either. I mean, we're fortunate you're pursuing it, and glad you're working with Kyle on that.
Yeah.
So that we have this opportunity to reach back to our clients with reason.
Yes.
And with reason to give them more advice.
Yes.
And service, because we work really hard. Our team is amazing what they do.
Yeah.
They make sure that they actually do consultations. We use Mortgage Coach and MBS
Yes.
Highway and all those
Love it.
tools to make sure we do it right. But then they'll forget about us, and we forget about them. We don't reach out to them, and that's sad.
Yeah.
Well, the worst thing that could possibly happen is that they get horrible advice from
That's
somebody
our
else.
fear.
I mean, it's
not even
Yes.
the transaction. It's the fear that they're going to get bad advice.
Yes.
Because you can talk to almost anyone who's bought a home or gotten a loan. Almost everybody has some bad horror story about
Yes,
it.
it's
Not
true.
from our company, but
Me. that's how I got
you
started in this
industry.
business.
Right.
Is I was getting ripped off.
Really?
Oh, I was being put in prepayment penalties. I was getting put into subprime loans when I didn't need to be. I was getting killed.
Because somebody was going to make more money on that.
Yes.
Yep. Wow. Yeah.
And so that's kind of how I stumbled into this industry. Is I asked a friend of my dad's. I was like, "Hey, aren't you doing loans?" I go, "I'm getting killed over here.
Yeah.
These guys are bait and switching me. All the bad stuff.
Yes.
It was happening to me.
Yeah, on the biggest asset of your life.
But it's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah.
Because it got me into this industry. So I appreciate.
Yeah.
It was actually the best thing that ever happened. But
It's a great life lesson, by the way.
It was really good. It was listen, as a consumer,
Yeah.
I was dumb.
Yeah.
I
See?
didn't know.
Yes.
And the sad thing was that my advisors, I'm not going to call them crooks,
Yeah.
but I also think they were a little naive. I don't think they knew.
Right.
And
Interesting.
so I think it's
It's
our
very fair of you
responsibility.
to say that, by the way.
I think it's,
Some did.
Some did, some didn't.
did,
But I
yeah.
feel like we have a responsibility now in the industry to make it a better industry. To
Well,
teach
you
people to
talked
be
about
better.
today. I love that. What's our legacy going to be? I mean,
Yeah, 30
they aren't
years
going
from
to
now.
our industry going, "Hey, I like what you guys are doing. We're going to emulate what you guys are doing in your industry." They're not doing that.
No.
And I love. And that's why we're doing this. That's why we're talking to people like you. That's why we're at a summit like this. Is to change the industry for the better
Yeah.
for our clients. And we had a black eye in this industry for a long time.
Yes.
And we are passionate about that. We believe and love what we do for the right reasons, and we need to change that.
It's a $30 trillion industry, by the way.
Improve
See?
it.
Improve it.
See?
So
I
here's
did
what's
listen.
interesting. So you did. Look at you. You took an. So here's what's interesting.
Because we're dwelling.
Yes, and listen, I recommend everyone get a tattoo that says "Always Dwelling." If you love what you do, just always be
I,
doing what you love.
Doing what you love, by the
Yes.
way.
Mine is I am who I am.
Yes.
Like Popeye.
Yeah, he's
There you
I
go.
always say it's Popeye.
I like
am
it.
who I am.
Where's the-
Like me or not.
Where's that tattoo?
It's coming.
Oh, right there. But you make a great point. Have you ever heard of anyone go, "I'm going to leave the tech space, or I'm going to leave, being an athlete and just pursue this thing in real estate or mortgage," except for a handful of people? I want to see the legacy be where people are like, "Oh my goodness, I can't wait to go into this industry. Like when I'm old enough, I'm just going in there. I can't wait."
Well, you know what's cool is that
that would be a good legacy.
today is the first time in a decade that it's a good time for young people to enter this business.
Yes.
And it's because it's different, it's changing, it's evolving, and there's opportunity for young people to come into the space.
Yeah.
In the last 10 years, we were so good at what we did that people were like, "Should I get into your industry?" I'm like, "You don't stand a chance." The competition was so tough.
Really?
Yeah. And now it's
But it can change now. I mean, it's people
very
like us
interesting
here,
statement,
your attitude, your passion, your belief to make a change. Ours is the same with our
Social survey.
Social survey, surrounding ourselves by good people with great tools to help them do their jobs
Yeah.
better, create a great culture.
Yeah.
And now what's nice is we're here in our region, we have 100 people working with us. They're now saying, "I'm enjoying the job. I'm enjoying my
isn't
job
that
it's
cool?
again."
fun again, they're
It's
saying.
fun again.
Literally.
It's
Yeah,
fun
it's
again.
fun again.
Mortgage is fun again. When I heard that, I was like,
Music to
we're
our
winning.
ears.
I like
We're
that.
winning
You're
if
winning.
mortgage is fun again.
Fun again. What a
Yep.
great statement.
It used to be fun. It was great, and
Yeah.
now it is again. There was just this
What do you
weird
think
space
changed?
in
Like, when was it
between.
fun? Explain that to me.
So when it was fun when everybody was just making money was easy.
Like in the early 2000s
Yeah,
or
I would
late
say-
90s?
Yeah,
06?
2000 to 2007 was
Yeah.
really fun. Everybody
lot
was
of
making
fun.
money. It was simple, it was easy, almost too easy.
Yeah.
Because anybody can just,
Oh, every one of my
the
friends had
the
an M5.
butcher's like, "Hey,
Everyone had an
you
M5.
want roast beef, ham, and a refinance?" I mean, seriously, it was bad.
Here we go. This is your bill. Sign here.
Yeah, exactly. And the paperwork's over here.
you're
But
done.
it was easy, right? And so I think that if you find a way to make it easy and help more people to achieve their dreams,
Yeah.
it can be fun.
Yes.
Right? But there was a time where it was like, what do you mean I have $7 million in the bank and I can't get a $200,000 loan?
I know, right?
Like there was
Yeah.
something wrong. The system was
Yes.
completely broken.
Yes. Yeah.
And so today common sense is entering the market again a little bit, and I think that's what's making it a little more fun, where you're
And I
like,
think technology's helping. in
Technology,
general.
I was going to say, it does help because, perfect example is they don't have, our loan officers are always looking to try to figure out how to get more deals or reconnect with their previous customers or current
course, your
customers,
current
as you call
customers,
them. I
yes.
like that. And now you're creating tools to help them do that.
Yes.
It's so much easier to work with warm leads
Yes.
than go out and chase cold leads or people that don't think highly of your industry. Now
Yes.
we're changing that again.
Well,
but
what's
that's changed, right? Because we don't want to buy internet leads anymore. We
Yes.
don't want to be part of that.
Yeah,
That's
and-
not
and
our,
force
that's not
people.
what we do.
Yeah.
It is forced. It's cold. Who wants to do cold calls?
Yes. And so here's what's crazy. You have a 12 times higher chance of working again with an existing customer than a brand new person. 12 times, which makes it much more profitable, right? You don't have to work as hard. You don't have to build your relationship up, and you got to sell them on things. And then the
It's
other
much more
thing,
efficient.
much more efficient, and the experience for everyone is better.
Yeah.
Oh, hey guys, Don, Gino, you calling me again? We're going to do another one. Awesome, fantastic.
Oh, remember that
thanks.
really
Well-
funky, crazy thing that we had to address about you? I think I might still have that letter, and I'll figure it out. And we'll
Yeah.
just,
You have,
Well,
you have
how much
memories, you
easier
have
they're going to refer you
experiences, yes.
too.
Oh,
My
referrals
guy
are incredible.
called me up and made sure that I was ready to, like you said, when they're listing their home, we get
Yes.
a trigger for that.
Yes.
Hey, I understand you're looking to making a move.
Yeah.
Do you need my assistance with you? Make sure, because they'll forget your name sometimes, unfortunately.
Oh, no,
your
it will
contact
happen.
info.
And it's okay. Seriously,
Right,
I don't
but
remember my
now,
doctor's name.
like-
I'll tell you right now.
Right.
I don't. You know, when I go
It means
for
you don't
manual
have to go
checkup,
there
I'm like,
often.
That's right. That's right. Lucky enough, I don't have to do that. But it's what's great is, so with our system, you're going to make every one of your referral partners stronger.
Yes.
You're going to take their database and you say, listen, all those people that didn't move forward, let's track that. Anyone that comes to an open house, let's track their activity. If they start listing homes or shopping again, you just call and say, hey, remember you came to an open house? Just want to remind you that I can help if you need. I see you're already doing some actions, and if it's a forced sale by owner, which is things we also report to you guys, then it's a referral to the realtor. Hey,
Right. Nothing better than that, of course.
And we always tell people all the time that you're crazy if you're going to do for sale by owner. The liability in California to
Just
do that,
alone.
that's it.
14% of the country,
crazy.
14% of all listings right now is FSBOs, and within 2 weeks they become realtor listings. Within 2 weeks, 80% become realtor listings.
And people don't realize
within 2 weeks they're like, I give up.
Yeah,
and you
don't
sell
wanna
your
deal
home
with
for
it.
9% less to save 6%. Wait, do the math. Doesn't work.
Yeah, no, but people, I mean, there are platforms now where people can do that, and my whole point is you guys should know and be able to help those people that are doing it themselves,
Right.
and say, look, I know you're doing it yourself. I want to introduce you to Alex, who's the top realtor here in the area. You don't have to use him, just use his brain, and then if anything changes, use him.
He's ready.
He's ready. If
You have a resource.
we're
But
not
he's
gonna
willing to help you.
Here's a good escrow company that can
That's right.
handle you because they understand FSBOs.
You want to do FSBOs, we're going to support that. Whatever you want to do.
Right.
And here's a team of people that are going to support you. And I know that's how you guys operate. And that's everything we do is try to support that. Just support your customers, whatever they're doing. I was talking to somebody about this, and they got a notification of a borrower that was shopping, and he called him up and said, hey, why didn't you call me? They're like, we're going to a state that they didn't have a license. They didn't know that, but they were moving out of state. And he's like, so we had our credit pulled because we're trying to get approved for our house there. And he's like, oh, you should have called me. It's like, I have great relationships with people in that state. They're like, you do? And he did. He's like, I'll make an introduction. If it doesn't work out with who you're talking to, here's, I forget the
So much better a handoff that way, and he's working with a person he can trust because it's with the same company. We hold them accountable too. If we refer somebody at Finance America in another state, we're talking to her, making sure it's handled, or they can always call us and say, hey, Mikey at so-so is dropping the ball a little bit. Oh, we make a call and it's freaking back on track.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I want every one of your customers to come to you every single time and say, Don, Gino, I don't know what I want to do, but I know I have lots of equity. What do you recommend? Like, I wanted to get to that point. Yeah. That's because, let's be honest, and this is, everyone says this, and I think everyone knows this, the biggest asset that anyone will own, for the most part, will be their home.
Yeah.
So here's my theory. If that's your biggest asset, then shouldn't you go to the people that are managing your biggest asset to figure out what you should do with your finances, period? Start there. Hey guys, how am I looking? What's my house looking like? Okay, you have 18% equity in your home. Okay, fantastic. What are your plans? Well, my plans is I want to own a vacation home, and I need to pay off my credit card. I've been building these credit card bills. I don't know what to do with it. And you're like, okay, so here's the plan. All right.
Yeah, but
there's so many avenues.
But that's the thing too. That's why we have a group. We put together a group called America's Professional Resource Group, and the concept was that I can't help you if I'm not on the same team with people, because your insurance guy might be pulling you in a different direction. The
Trust
TPAs,
attorney,
trust attorney, everybody's pulling in a different direction. So, and the logo was us all holding hands so that we can collectively help you improve your life.
It says was. You guys aren't doing that anymore?
Yeah, no, we still have it. We
do
still
it
use that
organically.
group.
Okay, got it.
But we are
Yeah, I
actually
love
creating
that.
the concept to go national with it, so others can use the same concept, basically.
Yeah, we just.
But we
you
got
only have
interrupted
time.
by.
You only have time to
work.
do.
You only have
so
14
many
hours a
things.
day
That's
to
it.
do what you
Yeah. And so
do what you have to.
So it's
But,
there.
like-
we live it. We call it our life team.
Well,
I love
another
that,
perfect
yeah.
example, and you should feel so good about what you guys are doing because it allows real advisors to help these
Yes.
people. Because what's nice, a perfect example is somebody selling their home. We get the trigger they're selling their home. What if it's an elderly couple who say, we're running out of our savings? We're like, did you hear about a reverse mortgage?
Yeah.
You can stay in your home. I did it for my neighbor.
Oh, I love
My
it.
neighbor's crying because they're like, we have to move because we're running out of our savings. And I'm like, but isn't the home almost paid off? And they're like, yeah, so we're going to go buy a smaller home. I'm like, yeah, how about no mortgage payment? And they're like, that would be great.
Yeah. Can you make that happen?
Yeah, and we're like, yes, we can. And now I didn't have to lose my wonderful neighbors that
that's
help watch our
awesome.
animals and all that
Yeah.
stuff. And they're like happy as it can be, and they're not tapping out their savings anymore.
that great?
Yeah,
or even
That's
or
what
even
I'm
the
saying,
random
that
stuff.
you
even
guys
the
need to be at the
hard
center
stuff.
of all that.
What
Yeah.
if you're there for the hard times?
Yeah,
For
yes.
for the hey, we're gonna need to file bankruptcy. We had a problem. I lost
Yeah,
a
lost
job.
my job,
I
yeah.
got sick. I mean, That's when you're an advisor, is when you're there for the hard times.
That's how we started the
Everybody's
show.
easy in the good times.
That's how we started our show.
Yeah.
During all the bad times.
Really?
Rebuilding.
Rebuilding the real estate market. We started 9 years ago, a radio show locally, and we basically just gave advice.
Yeah.
Hey, you're thinking about short selling, you're thinking about foreclosing, you're doing this.
Yeah.
There
Credit
are
repair.
options. Don't just, credit repair. All these other options. Bankruptcy's not the
9
worst
years
thing in
you've
the
been doing
world.
this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Talk
Yeah,
about
a little
dwelling,
bit.
man.
Yeah, nobody knows we're on. Nobody knows.
It's a secret.
It's a secret. Thousands of people are keeping a really good secret. And so for the viewers that end up seeing this at some point, the real question is, hey, you guys like me, you like my energy and all that good stuff, but does it work? And so you heard on stage, and this is very important, right? So the couple things that we've done, and again, I don't know if I shared this story on the stage, but I shared it in another conversation. Just a few days ago, we're doing a conversion report for a client. And I think to myself, like, oh my goodness, we're actually showing our customers to the loan how much ROI they're getting from this program.
I love that. That was
Who
nice.
else is doing that?
11 to 1 ROI.
11 to 1 is the
11 to 1
average.
is pretty impressive.
Is the average.
Very impressive.
Yeah, and so I get surprised sometimes when I talk to lenders and I say, it's 11 to 1 is the average. You're going to make $11 back on a dollar invested with us. And they go, let me think about it.
Where other platforms, if you broke even, you got lucky.
What are you thinking about? What do you think? $2.2 billion in originations from January
What
to
if
August.
you're absolutely horrible and you're at the bottom of the average and
Yeah.
you did 3 times ROI?
Right.
Is that okay?
Where can I invest like that?
Yeah.
I'm up for that. And so, it's like the only time this doesn't work is when people don't look at the notifications. Other than that, people ask, well, how do we know this is going to work? Well, it can't not work. Do you want to know when your borrowers have all these events?
You have a bigger problem if
Right, exactly right. Yeah.
If it doesn't work, you have a bigger systemic issue.
Yes.
If a salesperson can't call somebody he already has a relationship with,
Yes.
he, she.
And share good news. Everything is good news. We
And,
only deliver good news, nothing
if
else.
they're in our office in our company, well, then we're going to free them.
Free them.
To pursue other dreams.
Yes.
Because they aren't doing
That's
their job.
exactly right. Listen, that was a big part of what I wanted to make sure everyone got on stage. It's like, look, you don't have to hold on to people that don't want to be
Well,
here.
we don't.
We
Right?
don't.
Sorry,
Well,
you guys know that. Actually, it'll be in my speech on Sunday.
On Sunday.
We have I'm going to talk about it. We have a great culture.
Yeah.
But we have actually our entire region coming together for a big event to
great.
make sure everybody knows each other, gets to know each other, parties together, celebrates
Yes.
together.
Yes.
Because we just got this new region and
I was
stuff.
just going to say, let's talk about that. We had a great culture in our bubble. As our bubble has expanded, we've tried to share that culture with them, and people like it, right? All of a sudden they're like, oh, I want to be part of that.
That's
and so
nice.
now,
Created your own gravity.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah,
Gravity. And
magnetic.
so we're having an event to make sure that everybody knows each other. Like, because it became a region, and now there's 100 people, and I don't want anybody to be just an email address.
Yeah.
Put
I mean,
a face to that
faces.
name.
yeah, it's pretty
share
hard to get
stories.
upset with the processor that you were just partying with.
That's
and
right.
Hanging out.
That's what. Oh, see, that's so brilliant. You guys are gonna crush. Oh, I love it. That's the best.
And maybe
Well,
you could
I hope everyone that watches this.
We're
that
aligning
are-
with people like you. We're
Yeah.
not stupid. We've been doing this a long time, and we're like, now we're going to utilize the tools with the great people we have, because we have a great infrastructure.
Yes.
Our infrastructure is prepared to take advantage of great tools like
Well, you guys are
Boomerang.
helping. I love the fact that you're sitting here talking about what you do and what's worked for you. And I'm pointing. There's 3 cameras here, everyone. So, and you, when you watch this and you see that these 2 amazing individuals that are sharing their secrets with you, because they want to raise the industry. They want someone that did business with you that can no longer do business with you because you may not be licensed somewhere to come to them and have the same great experience instead of have a great one, then stumble into somebody and have a terrible one.
Yeah.
You know
Good
what I
point,
mean?
good point.
Like everyone. So like Uber and Lyft. Let's talk about these 2 companies for a second.
Right.
If Lyft was terrible, they'd be out of business. They
Right.
have to be great.
Right.
Because Uber's great. You have to be. Otherwise you lose. They don't want you to come out of this car and get into this car and go, ride sharing sucks. I'm not doing Uber. I'm going back to taxis. Right? So they can't be a bad experience. Same thing here. Right now I leave one lender that I have a great experience from, and for some reason I have to use somebody else, I have a terrible experience. Now I don't like the lending industry anymore.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's the
way it
black eye
rolls.
he's talking about.
Yes.
We have to get rid of the black eye.
Yeah.
This cannot be an industry of taking advantage of a naive consumer. It
Yeah.
cannot be that industry.
Yes.
We've done that once before. It almost ruined the world.
Literally.
It almost ruined the world.
The world.
Right?
Yeah.
Not the country. It almost ruined the world because if this country goes down, so does everything around it.
Yes.
We affect everyone. So we have a responsibility.
Yeah, I love that. It's a great. That's
Well,
a great point.
we thank you for
Thank
taking
you.
time out of you've been super busy, you've been part of this event with us for the 3 days here in San Ramon, but what a great treat to get to know you better, Alex. Get to know your product better. We're excited to be partners with you because that's the difference.
Yes.
You're not a vendor, you're a partner.
Partner.
Buddy.
That's how we look at
100%.
it.
And we love your energy. We're gonna leverage.
I'm
it.
going to
We're
be
gonna
speaking
back
at your national conference for
There you go.
Finance of America.
Oh,
good.
perfect,
Fantastic.
perfect.
Absolutely, we're going to make that happen.
Beautiful.
And anytime for your regional team, I'd love an invite and chat with them.
Done
when we roll it
deal.
out.
Like
Easy
we
peasy.
like this. What are you doing Sunday?
wow, these
a
guys
little
move
quick.
fast.
It's a
take you up
party
on that right now.
It's a party right in Woodland Hills out
There
here.
you go. Oh, you guys are here.
Yeah,
You
we're
guys
in
are
LA.
looking- Okay.
Yeah,
because
so-
I saw Kyle in North Carolina. Is where
Yeah.
he's
Got
at.
it, yeah, you'd be like, I'm not going there.
Yeah, here, I'll be back. No problem. Sign me up.
Yeah, no, down in LA.
Well,
but-
thank you guys for inviting me to have
All
this
right, great
conversation
job,
with
buddy.
you, man.
Awesome,
Very
brother.
good. Great
Thanks.
stuff.
Thank you.
Great
Thanks,
stuff.
man.
And thank you for being part of the National Real Estate Cafe and getting to know Alex with Sales Boomerang. Great stuff. And you can always find out more at
DonandGino.com, the hub, the best place to find out everything we've done for the last 9 years and to know that we're not totally crazy. We sometimes know what we're talking about.
Thanks for tuning in.